Hello folks and welcome back to Cookery Wizardry. This is your host Michael, and today we are going to be making Caribbean jerk chicken. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the marinade, and for today's marinade we're going to start off with about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic minced. I went ahead and roasted mine. It's optional, you can either way is fine, and we're just going to add it in here. Got it with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Of course, all the ingredients will be in the description as per usual in these videos. So let's add that in there, and then we have we're going to get ourselves a couple of tablespoons of orange juice, a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce, about a 1/4 cup of white vinegar, a couple of tablespoons of lime juice, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, light or dark brown, or you can also sub this for some maple syrup, probably about the similar measurements there, maybe a little bit more. Let's get about a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg powder, or ground nutmeg, about a tablespoon of allspice, and about a teaspoon of thyme leaves. I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball all of this here. Should be plenty. We'll get about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, some pepper, and our final ingredient for this marinade are some habaneros. I like to keep it spicy, so I have about 3 for this recipe, but you can put however much you want in for whatever preferred spicy level you want. I'd highly recommend wearing gloves while chopping these here, otherwise your hands will burn for a day or 2. And as always when handling hot peppers, do not touch your eyes, and for the love of goodness, do not touch anywhere else that may be sensitive. Alright folks, had to get rid of some footage here that I did not record the audio on. What I went ahead and did is went ahead and added in the habaneros, also diced up about a small onion's worth of onion here, put it in for the marinade, and so got it all stirred together. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the chicken. Got about 3 pounds of chicken here. Go ahead and add it in. Distribute everything around so the chicken gets evenly marinated here. So what you can do is you can put some saran wrap over this and you can marinate it for a few hours or so, or overnight, or you can just slap it straight in the pan here. I'm not judging either way, but preferably you want to marinate it for, I don't know, at least a few hours here, if not overnight, just to get a good flavor on it there, if you have time, of course. If you're stressed for time like me, you can throw it straight in the pan, which kind of doesn't give you the best flavor, but it still will be really tasty. Alright, so I'm going to put the top on here for a bit here and just let it cook. And of course, we'll take the top off near the end just to let the sauce reduce. Now there's a couple of ways of telling when your chicken is ready and done. The first thing to check for is there's going to be white liquid coming off the top of the chicken as it cooks. That white liquid will turn into clear liquid as it is done cooking. And then another thing to do is you can get a thermometer like this. I'll put this Amazon link in the description for this. It's really easy. You test about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. For the Celsius, I'll put on the screen, I guess. And then once the center of the chicken reaches that temperature, you're good to go. Another way, of course, is just really rudimentary ways. You can use like a small knife and cut like a little slit in the biggest piece of chicken and see if it's red on the center or if it's white or cooked all the way. That means it's cooked. So that's kind of the crude way of doing it. Of course, if you don't have like a thermometer or you just aren't 100% sure, then that method's usually a pretty surefire way of telling if everything's cooked right, as long as your pan doesn't have uneven spots on it. I'm just gonna stir these juices around a bit because I see they're kind of separating, which means it is time to go ahead and reduce these. Now the chicken looks like it's cooking pretty well, so that's good to go. And I'm sorry if the picture looks a little bit clouded. That's probably because the lens is directly above what I'm cooking here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down my heat too, just to reduce the boil a little bit. Alright folks, thanks for watching this video here. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. Maybe consider subscribing as well. Also, check out some of our other previous videos here. Hope you all have a good day and have a good time cooking.